A very warm welcome to you all in my today's virtual session through YouTube. Okay, and we are talking about Unit 3, Unit 2, Stern's book. Okay, Stern's book, and we finished before about 2.1 and 2.3, 2.2, and now we are doing about 2.3. That is about general impression. Shame. Okay, frequently rewrite the following sentences using shim. In this way the question may ask. It is very much important from the examination point of view, and it is um, also very much a simple exercise to do. Okay, very much important and very much simple exercise. Okay, that we'll start here. Example here, in the examination no example will be asked here. Okay, no example will be given. That's why you have to remember the structure for sim. Okay, sim structures you have to remember. Okay, here the structure is there are actually two different ways of describing this sim structure. It is a positive structure here, subject plus sim or sims plus 2. Okay, the first one is what? The first one is 2 plus have plus p3 plus object is the first structure. Here subject plus sim or sims plus 2 plus have plus p3 plus object. We use this structure if the sentence, if the question is in present perfect tense or let's say past tense. Okay, for present perfect tenses or tense or past tenses, we have to use subject plus sim or sims plus 2 plus have plus p3 plus object. Okay, that's why have plus p3 is for the past tense here. Present perfect also gives the impression of a past here, so here have plus p3 plus object is used after subject plus sim or sims plus 2. Okay, now okay, next structure is subject plus sim or sims plus 2 plus v1 plus object for other tenses. Okay, except present perfect tense and past tenses, that is we have to use subject plus sim or sims 2 plus v1 plus object here. Okay, thank you for your patience. Be patient. Okay, we'll move to the exercises later. Okay, and here rules. First of all, you need to uh, see the rules first. Okay, in rules there are no so much let's say harder rules here. Okay, very simple rules are here that you have already known. Okay, here now you can see, you can get each mr if there is, if there is or m or r in the question. At that time you have to use b as v1. Okay, v1 is what? V1 is b. Okay, each mr, the v1 form of each mr is b. Okay, in the same way, if there is was or were in the question, then you have to write, you have to use have plus p3 as, because was or were is the past form. That's why you have to use have plus p3 structure here, and p3 of was or were is been. That's why you have to use have been at that time. Okay, and let's say next one is the third one is if there is has. Okay, if there is has in the question, in the question after subject. Okay, subject plus has, and you have to change that has into have as p1. Okay, p1 of has is what? Have. Okay, and next one is if there is had only had. Okay, only had in the, not had plus p3. Okay, not had plus p3. Okay, if there is only had. Okay, the structure is what? The structure that is you have to use what? Have had. Okay, for example, I she had an umbrella. Okay, at that time you have to use she had an umbrella. She seems to have had an umbrella. Okay, in this way you have to give your answer. In the same way, negative form of the same structure. Negative form of same structure is subject plus don't or doesn't plus seem to. Okay, if it is if the subject is singular, then at that time you have to use doesn't. If the subject is plural, then at that time you have to use don't for negative structure. But if the question is in past tense, you don't have to use didn't here. Okay, did not here. Okay, never use. Okay, did not. Okay, so you always have to use here subject plus don't or doesn't plus seem plus to plus above structure means the same structure have plus b3 plus object or b1 plus object. Okay, these are the negative, let's say, structures. Okay, the negation or the negative of seem or seems is don't seem or doesn't seem. Okay, that is the thing that you have to remember. And next thing that you can easily do, but I have given here the he see it. Okay, with, let's say, he she it subject, we have to use seem or seems to, seem or seems to, or let's say doesn't seem to. Okay, seems to or doesn't seem to. Okay, seems to for negative we have to use doesn't. We have to say we have to you have to write doesn't seem to. Okay, doesn't seem to for he or she or it, because these are singular subjects. With singular subjects you use seems in let's say positive form, and doesn't seem in what, in negative form. And in the same way with the subjects I, we, you or they, you have to use seem to or don't seem to, because these are plural subjects. Okay, for singular subjects seems in positive form and don't seem in negative form. Okay, with plural subjects you have to use seem in let's say positive form and don't seem in what, in negative form. Okay, in this way you do. Okay, now we'll move to here the things to consider. Okay, here you have to consider here one thing. Okay, it is very much important as well. Okay, so here apostrophe yes, apostrophe yes plus before is, that apostrophe s refers to what, means what, is plus before. Okay, if before means the present participle. Okay, present participle before present participle ing form. Okay, verb ing form is also known as what, before. Apostrophe yes plus before is equal to is plus before. In the same way apostrophe yes plus p3 is equal to, the meaning of apostrophe yes if there is a p3 is what, is um, has plus b3. Okay, and apostrophe s plus noun or adjective means what, means is plus noun or adjective. Okay, you have to remember these three things here before doing about sim or sim structure. Let's say uh, sentences. Okay, sims by you have to make a sentences by using sim here. Okay, apostrophe yes has three different meanings. Okay, one is if there is before, and there is also is if there is noun or adjective, and if there is b3 after the subject, then that has the meaning of what, has. Okay, in this way. Now let's move to the presentation of part first 2.3. Okay, this part is important from examination perspective as well. Okay, and the question may ask to change the following sentences using seem. Okay, only the question in the question and no example will be given here. Okay, you have to remember the structures. Okay, one is have plus p3 if that is present perfect tense, or let's say past tense. Okay, and b1 plus object for other tenses. Okay, these two are the structures. Okay, now here question number a is he is very friendly. Okay, he is very friendly. Now here the b1 form of is what, b. Okay, that you have to use here b. The response is what, he seems to be very friendly. Okay, he seems to be very friendly. Okay, in this way let's see you do. And he isn't very rich. Here the question is negative. The above question, the question number a is positive there, that's why we used seems after he seems to. And b is what, b is the b1 form of is. Okay, the we want to form of is m or r is what, b. Okay, that's why here we wrote b. Okay, that's why he seems to be very friendly. In the same way, number B, he is not very rich. He is not very rich. Okay, here the answer is what? He doesn't seem to be very rich. Why is that on? It is because the question is negative here. That's why you have to use a negative structure here. He doesn't seem to be very rich. Okay, in this way you do. Okay, now next one is happily married. Okay, he's happily married. Here the question is he apostrophe yes plus happily married. Okay, now see here. Uh, here he's happily married. Here apostrophe yes plus married is what? V3. Apostrophe yes plus if there is apostrophe yes plus V3, that is married is V3, then the meaning of apostrophe yes is here what? Has. Okay, that's why we have to do what? He seems to have happily married. Okay, he seems to have happily married, because here apostrophe yes doesn't mean is here. Okay, this means here what? This means has, because there is V3 or third form of the verb or past participle. Married is past participle. Okay, married, marrying, and marriage. Okay, marriage. In this way we have got let's say 5 different forms of the verb marry. Okay, so here he seems to have happily married is the answer for this question. Okay, and next one is he's some kind of businessman. Apostrophe s plus here what? Noun or adjective is there. The some cannot be verb. Okay, that's why if there is not verb, there is water. There might be water. Noun or adjective or prepositional phrase. Okay, that's why he is some kind of businessman. Okay, here your answer becomes here what? He seems to be some kind of a businessman. Okay, in this way you too. And next exercise is let's say he doesn't spend much time outdoors. These are the questions from the book itself. You can see the book and you can get the questions from the book. Okay, he doesn't spend much time outdoors. Okay, here the answer is it should also be in negative form, that is because the question is in negative. Okay, so he doesn't seem to spend much time out of doors. Okay, that is what? Why? This is present tense. Okay, this is present tense. He doesn't seem to spend. Okay, spend 2 plus b1, spend much time out of doors. Okay, he doesn't let's say spend much time out of doors. This sentence is in present tense. Okay, simple present tense negative. That's why you have to use he doesn't seem to plus b1 plus object, because it is negative. He watches television a lot. He watches television a lot. Here as well, this sentence is in simple present tense. Okay, that's why 2 plus b1 plus object. You know, what is the b1 of watches? WATCH watch is the b1 of watches. That you have to remember only that from examination point of view. Okay, so you have to write he seems to watch television a lot. Okay, and next one is he has lived a very interesting life. Has plus v3 is there. If there is has, okay, has lived, this is what? Present perfect tense. For present perfect tense we have to use the structure 2 plus have plus v3. Okay, be clear about that. Be clear about the structure first. Okay, because this sentence is subject plus has have plus v3 plus object, and this is what? This is present perfect tense. And for present perfect tense we have to use sim or sim plus 2 plus have plus v3. Okay, for what? For positive sentence. That's why he seems to have lived a very interesting life. He seems to have lived a very interesting life. Okay, this is the answer of the question. Okay, question given. Okay, and let's say there are some possible questions. Possible questions. Okay, that is extra questions. The questions out of the books, out of the book will also be asked here in unit 2.3 for shame. Okay, other questions or other possible questions may also ask here, because here in the book that you can find the questions questions using the question of the tenses. Okay, of the tenses, simple present tense, and one or two questions are given of let's say present perfect tense. One question, there is only one question, that is a present perfect tense, and the question also may ask you in the examination from simple past tenses as well, past tenses as well. Okay, that's why I have given you some out questions for your practice. Okay, the questions can be what, there's a he bought a house. Okay, such type of questions may also be asked. Okay, he bought a house, this is what simple past tense here. Okay, and they have Scorpio, they have Scorpio, only have is there, no have plus p3 is there. Okay, that's why this functions as main verb, this have here functions as main verb. And next one is she didn't go there. Okay, or she don't go there, or we say she don't go there. Okay, here there is she don't go there, this is what negative, but it is what past tense. Okay, negative past is also given in the examination. Okay, that's why you have to consider it. So she didn't go there. Okay, now Ramila had a strange dream, only had is there, no had plus v3 is there, this only had. Okay, had is also what v2 or the past form. Okay, and how will you give your answer if give your answer if there is past form, past tense? At that time you have to use 2 plus have plus b3. Okay, now Kusum has her meal, Kusum has her meal. Okay, here as well the only has is there, just like I and v. Okay, they are just like they are just alike. Okay, here with they there is have. Okay, with Kusum there is what has. Okay, only has have is difference. Okay, however they are what they both of them are present tenses, because there is simple present tense, because there is no b3 form, there is no b3 form after has or have. Okay, such questions may also ask in the examination. And has had a very exciting life, has had a very exciting life. Okay, here the questions might be uh, like this. Okay, so you have to show your answer using sim accordingly, being based on the question. Okay, now here the answers might be what, the answers maybe here he seems to have bought a house. Okay, he seems to have bought a house, he seems to have bought a house. Okay, these are the answers. Okay, answers. Next one, they seem to have Scorpio, because they have Scorpio, they seem to have Scorpio. Okay, to have Scorpio, because have their functions as what, functions as verb, main verb. There is no b3 form is there. Okay, that's why you have to use, you have to say they seem to have Scorpio. Okay, she doesn't seem to have gone there. She doesn't seem to have gone there. The she didn't go there. Okay, she didn't go there. The it is negative, that's why you use she doesn't seem to, it is past, that's why you have to use have gone there. Okay, 2 plus have plus bt plus object. Okay, so in this way, now the fourth one is Ramila seems to have had a strange dream. Okay, Ramila, Ramila has had a strange dream. Ramila seems to have had a strange dream, because this is in present perfect tense. Apostrophe yes plus had means has had. That's why Ramila seems, it is in present perfect tense. That's why we have to use Ramila seems to have had a strange dream. Okay, next one is Kusum seems to have her meal. Kusum seems to have her meal. And the last one is what? He seems to have had a very exciting life. Okay, he seems to have had a very exciting life. Okay, now I think you can do them. Okay, there is question number IV and VI are almost the same. Question number II and V are also they are also alike. The structure is alike. Okay, now these are some possible questions. If you practice these questions at home, then you are sure to um, get 5 marks out of 5 from let's see if the question is from shim. Okay, now we'll move to lesson 2.3 part second practice. Here what you have to do is you have to make your own sentence here using shim structure. Okay, the structure is the same. Okay, you follow these two structures here. Okay, but here you make your own sentence here. Okay, that's why when you have to make your own sentence, you see the question only, you get the meaning from the question, and you have to write your own answer there. Okay, write the flowing sentences using shim. The way of asking question is the same. Okay, but the way of giving answer is a bit different here. Okay, a bit different here. Here the question is what? He never stops to chat with you if you have got your dog with you. He never stops. He at other time he stops to chat with you. If you don't have, let's say, if you don't have your dog with you at that time, he stops to chat with you. But when you are with your dog at that time, he never stops to chat with you. Okay, he goes away from you. Okay, that's why at that time he what general impression do you get from such a person? Okay, in such a person, okay, that the answer is simply that is he seems to be afraid of dogs. Okay, because when he has got a dog with him, okay, then you will be afraid. Okay, you will be afraid. That's why he seems to be afraid of dogs. Okay, he doesn't seem to have let's say kept dogs at home. Okay, he seems to be let's say afraid of dogs. Okay, in this way that you can keep your answer. Okay, next one is his front garden always looks a bit neglected. Okay, his front garden always looks a bit neglected. Okay, he doesn't take care of the front garden. Okay, there is let's say mess around. Okay, that's why the answer might be what he seems to be lazy. Simply that is you can write your answer as what he seems to be lazy. Okay, he seems to be lazy or he seems to be busy. You can also say because his front garden always looks a bit neglected. Okay, these the flowers haven't been trimmed. Okay, okay, there are just some there are the garden okay, looks what looks not cared. Okay, not cared. Okay, so he seems to be lazy in this way. Next one is what? Next one is there are African masks on the wall of his sitting room. Okay, when you um, go to his room, you can see there. Okay, you can see there the African masks hanging on the wall of his sitting room. Okay, that's why he seems to have visited Africa once because there are African masks mean what? There are African masks mean what? That is, he seems to have visited Africa once. Okay, and he seems to have visited Africa once because there are African masks on the wall of his sitting room. Okay, in this way you can do. Okay, the postman always delivers a lot of letters with foreign stamps to his house. Okay, here how let's see what you can guess now. What kind of general impression do you have from of that person? Okay, the postman always delivers a lot of letters with foreign stamps to his house. Okay, there is a postman. Okay, postman almost he comes to his home with the letter of foreign stamps. Okay, from this what you can imagine or what we can guess or what uh, kind of general impression you have that he seems to have many foreign friends. Okay, many foreign friends. That's why the postman always delivers a lot of letters with foreign stamps to his house. Okay, in this way you can do. Okay, next one is you only see his children during the school holidays. Okay, if there is school, okay, you cannot see his children at home. But if the school is off at that time, you can see the children around the house. Okay, or in the house. Okay, that's why the answer they seem to be at a boarding school. Okay, or they seem to have uh, let's say to be at a boarding school. Okay, the children, they means here what? They means here, they means his children. His children seem to be at a boarding school. Okay, in this way that you can let's say keep your answer. Okay, in the same way, he usually carries a walking stick when he goes out. He usually carries a walking stick when he goes out. Okay, what can be your answer? That is what? He seems to have broken his leg. Okay, or he seems to be weak. Okay, he seems to be weak, or he seems to have broken his leg. Okay, you can give your answer any way you like. Okay, there can be multiple answers for these questions. Okay, you can write your own answers as well. Okay, thank you. And now we'll move to unit 2. Unit 2 workbook. Okay, unit 2 workbook. WB means workbook. Okay, we'll finish it. And that's before that's we did about this unit to student book. Now we'll move to unit 2 workbook. Okay, from workbook, the uh, title of unit 2, the chapter is the same. Appearance. Okay, appearance is judging. We also did before. Okay, appearance, that's identifying with like, page 10. Okay, you can see workbook page 10. This is the only question from unit 2. That's why we'll try to finish unit 2 today. Okay, in our class today. And define with like. Okay, page 10. And here continue the following remarks with look, sound, smell, feel, taste plus like. Okay, look like plus what? Plus what is the structure for look like that we did before? Look like plus noun. Okay, is the structure with subject plus look plus what? Adjective. Look like plus noun, and look as if or as though plus subject plus verb plus object. Okay, these three are the structures, but here they continue the following remarks with look or sound or smell or feel or taste plus like. Okay, here the structure is the same on subject plus look or sound or smell or feel or taste plus like plus noun plus what? To me. Okay, you can add to me here. To me, you can add to me. Okay, to me, in all the answers. Okay, in all the answers, that is subject plus either look. Okay, either sound. Okay, I told you about at what time we use look. If our activity is done by our eyes, then at that time we use look. If the activity is done by our ear, we use sound. Okay, if the activity is done by our smell, the activity is done by our nose, at that time it is what? It is smell. Okay, smell. And if it is done by our skin, if the activity is done by our skin, it is that we have to use feel or feels. And if the activity is done by what? Our tongue. Tongue, eating or drinking. Okay, eating or drinking, at that time you have to use taste or tastes like plus now plus to me. Okay, these are uh, the structures, and that we did before as well. Okay, about them. Okay, and with he, see, it plus b5. Okay, with he, see, it, we have to use b5. That is looks, sounds, smells, feels, tastes. With I, we, you, and they, we have to use b1. That is b1 means the same. Look, sound. Okay, I, we, you, they look, they sound, they smell, they feel, they taste. Okay, he looks, she looks, it looks. In this way you have to forward your answer. Okay, now let's have exercises. Let's move to the exercises. One, let's exercise one is surely he's not a manual worker. Okay, surely he's not a manual worker. This means what? Let's say here he looks like a businessman to me. He's not a manual worker man. He looks like a businessman to me. Okay, he's a businessman to me. He looks like a businessman to me. Okay, or he looks like a bank manager. Okay, bank manager, you can say he looks like a bank manager to me. Okay, in this way you have to add to me here. Okay, at the end of the sentence. Okay, now next one is are you sure this is tea? Are you sure this is tea? Means this may not be what? May not be tea. This is something else. Okay, something else. It tastes like a coffee to me. Simply, okay, it tastes like a coffee to me. Okay, are you sure this is tea? Tea is the whether it is tea or not is identified by our taste. Okay, by our taste, by our tongue. That's why it tastes like coffee to me. In this way, you have to give your answer. Okay, now I wonder who wrote that music. I wonder who wrote that music. Okay, music is heard by your ear. Okay, ear. That's why you have to use their sound or sounds. Okay, it sounds like the music of Sambhujit to me. Okay, or it sounds like Sambhujit to me. Sambhujit apostrophe yes. You can also do so. Okay, it sounds like the music of Sambhujit to me. Okay, in this way you can give your answer. And he has got a foreign accent. He has got a foreign accent. He speaks with what? Foreign accent, foreign pronunciation. Okay, he is not like let's say Nepali, because he speaks like that of Indians or Americans, or foreign means Americans or Australians, or like German. Okay, in this way, let it, answer. He sounds like an American to me. He sounds like an American to me. Okay, in this way, that is, this material is very soft. This material is very soft. Okay, that is, we find out the material by touching. Okay, by touching. Okay, that's why it does by our skin. Okay, touching is done by our skin. That's why it feels like cotton to me, or it feels like silk to me. Okay, or it feels like synthetic to me, or it feels like leather to me. Okay, you can say any. Okay, it feels like cotton to me. This material is very soft. Very soft means what? Either cotton, or you can say what? Silk. Okay, cotton or silk clothes are let's say very much soft. Okay, soft. So you can say it feels like cotton to me, or it feels like silk to me. Okay, in this way. And what is that you are cooking? Okay, what is that you are cooking? Okay, it will be identified by what? By your nose. Okay, by your nose. The thing that you are cooking is identified. Okay, when you move to your friend's house, and at the time you can say at the main from the main gate, you say what? From the main gate, you you may say, "Oh, what is that you are cooking? It smells like meat to me." Okay, are you cooking meat there? Okay, you can say. Okay, that's why. What is that you are cooking? It smells like meat to me. Okay, in this way. And next one is they have got very similar faces. They have got very similar faces. Okay, who have got very similar faces? Maybe brothers, maybe sisters, maybe twins. Okay, might have, they maybe a father and son, maybe father, daughter and mother and daughter. Okay, in this way you can give your answer. Okay, they look like twins to me. They look like twins to me. Okay, in this way they have got very similar faces. Means they look like twins to me. Okay, and the next one is this is not a real leather, is it? This is not this is not real leather, is it? Okay, he is not confirmed whether this is let's say leather. Okay, so you can say it feels like synthetic to me, or it feels like resin to me. Resin, just like synthetic. Okay, like synthetic, you can say what? Resin as well. Okay, it feels like synthetic to me, or it feels like resin. Okay, resin to me, because it is not real leather. If it is not real leather, then it might be what? Synthetic or resin. Resin. Okay, and the next question is I have got something in my shoe. I have got something in my shoe. Okay, when the person wore the shoe at that time, he felt something in the shoe. Okay, in the shoe. And here the question might be what? It feels like a splinter to me. A splinter to me. Okay, a small piece of that's a wood. Okay, splinter. Okay, it feels like a splinter to me. Okay, there is some it feels like a pebble to me. A pebble, you can say a pebble. Pebble, P-E-B-B-L-E, pebble to me. Okay, a very um, uh, small amount, a small, let's say, stone, pebble. Okay, pebble. It feels like a pebble to me. It feels like a splinter to me. It feels like a thorn to me. Okay, thorn to me. You can also say thorn as well. Okay, in this way, I have got something in my shoe. The response, the answer can be this. Okay, and this might be the last question in the list uh, of the workbook. Okay, I don't think you made this cake yourself. I don't think you made this cake yourself. Okay, that is when the person ate that cake, that he couldn't believe. He couldn't believe that the cake was made by the person given. Okay, now see, also it tastes like kosher bakeries to me. It tastes like kosher bakeries to me. Okay? Or it tastes like bakers to me, you can say, or kosher bakeries to me. Okay, in this way, it was from the bakers. Okay, not it was not made by you. You might have brought that from the bakers, from the bakery house. Okay, bakery house. In this way, you can do. And tomorrow, I'll do your class of what Unit 3 student book. Okay, student book relating past events. Okay, Unit 3 is also important from, let's say, examination point of view. Okay, so in 3.1 we have got we no need to study 3.1. There are no questions at all. In 3.2 we have got the previous events. Okay, and here we will study about the use of past perfect tenses. Okay, that is, you have to use for your previous events. You always use what? Past perfect tenses. Okay, so in our next let's say um, class will do about what Unit 3 student book. Okay, thank you for watching us. Okay, and stay watching the YouTube channel, and that you will be I think you will be benefited a lot. Okay, thank you very much.